Hello, Just Jax here and welcome to my channel. And today we are back with Picasso. The next canvas has been purchased and requested, so we're going to make a start. This one's going to be, I think, perhaps the biggest yet, or about the same size as Violin. And it's going to be this one here, woman seated in an armchair. And we're going to be filling pretty much all of this. The canvas is a tiny bit wider, but that's okay because we're going to have like a little bit of leeway. So as long as we fill this that way as much as possible, but bear in mind to leave a little bit that way because it's exactly this height, but like I say, about an inch either side wider. And we're not doing the bits of excess cardboard, it's just going to be on that image there. So, as we've done with all of them so far, we're going to get sketching. Let's try and find the best way to position everything. Possibly like that. Still relatively central. So we know we're going to want to go to pretty much up there, which you can't quite see because it's just off about there. And then all the way down to about, you can just see the pencil there, about here at the lowest point. So I'm just going to give myself a line to work with there, that's not got to go beyond those points, but it can go as wide as possible. So let's see if it's going to go as wide as possible. Where's roughly the halfway? It's roughly, well, it's going to be right here, and it's also where there's an arm piece of the chair. It's going to be around about there. And that's going to come up to about here. So I'm just doing really loose shapes at the moment, just to get everything roughly lined. And same for that, just below here we'll have this piece. And that's going to come in about there. This one's going to come right down. It's got a slight arc to it, but not a dramatic one, so about down to there. And about down to here. That also has a point coming across here. And this comes up ever so slightly. And that's quite short and stumpy, so we'll probably cut that off at that point. Now, this lady is a most interesting shape. So what would be a good point? The head is quite central in that top section. We have a hand coming up here and then starts to curve down and around to about there. Yeah, that's quite, yeah. And this hand pretty much follows this line. And it comes in before that point, so not very far, then about there. And that comes right to about there. And then pretty much straight down. But it stops about there. That is now going to come let's see if the head fits in here nicely. To make that arm a little bit more out. So we can have a bit more head space. Ignore that line. Now, so many different points to pick from here. So if we imagine that goes right down for a second to about there. This comes all the way past that. That ends up being about here somewhere. Now, that we can imagine comes right down to about there. That needs to be longer though, so this needs to be shorter, so that there's going to be a bit of whispery talk going as I'm doing this, where I'm going, oh, this bit here, that bit there. That bit there, that bit there. Now this piece slightly overlaps. And comes from about here right up to there. And it comes fairly straight down. A little bit below that. And we have a curve come out here. Now this one we have another one. It's about in line with that, so about here and about there. Then we have, this This is all getting rather close to that, so this might come out a tiny bit more. Yeah, about there, I'd say. And then we're coming back up to the hand resting around the head here. And that's gonna come straight down to meet that. And then here, from about there, pretty straight down, all the way, almost all the way to the bottom. So about here. And we come up a bit. About there. And also about here. Now we have an interesting piece that's going to arc down here from about this point. This is one of the lower bits. That's got to keep going. Gets a little bit wider as it goes down. Like that. Now, before my eyes keep jutting from place to place, let's get this. You can't quite see it. There's a blue breasticle shape that's sort of following this line, dropped a tiny bit, so about here. And about here. And that comes up to pretty much there. Right, we have pretty much got all of our shapes in. We're just going to start refining a bit and ignore certain parts, but like we've got a bit. Let's go right up here first. So we've got this. And we have this. And hand. Now this bit's quite big. It comes from here. From about here One of my girls is dreaming. I'd imagine it's Marley. She's the little dreamer, bless her heart. And then from here, we've got a bit here. That's my girl dreaming, bless her. There, and then here. There. So far looking relatively good. Now in here we've got shadow from the hand. It's about to there, so from there to about there and there. And we've got this bit coming in here. Now let's come dance over here. And get this one in. That's going to come up there. Like that. And here, like that. And then there, down. All the way down. So we've pretty much got the chair. So I think we will come up here. We know we're happy with this line. And this line. And this line. And this line, which comes in behind there. And ends there. You can start to see some shapes up there. And hopefully, yep, my mic's okay. I haven't charged it for a while. So I do think in a given moment, zippity, it might just pop on me. That's all right, we just want to get the outline done first. And what else are we happy with? We are happy with the hand shape. Now, it looks like this piece here, about there, is another separate piece. This shape here is painted in the background, not cardboard. But we're also happy with that shape, so we will get that one there. And this one we are happy with, comes up a tiny bit and then straight across pretty much. Same for this one, we're quite happy with this coming up here, up here, and straight across there pretty much. And same with this, coming about there. And across here. Now face, we're happy with this line. It's nice and tight like it should be. We're happy with all of these. Now that one's got, comes in close, point down to this curve, to this line. And again, so far we are happy. And plus, since I'm doing it nice and bold, you can actually see the shapes that are starting to form. Right, this one we're happy with as well. So we're going to come in here. There's that little crossover. We're happy with that. And then it nips in the tiniest bit and out a bit. And then this one comes straight down. We're also happy with this little guy being up close up there. Coming across here, down there, and same for this little guy up here. We're happy with this. We're also happy with this one. We're happy with this one. We're happy with this one. And this one. And in turn, this one right down here. And bringing it around for this guy, which we're also happy with. And this one. That's all the lines that we have to be happy with. She needs to have that bit put across the bottom there. So let's just bring this here so you can see what I'm doing. This comes... We're going to have this come around here. So we've got a bit of wiggle room. And this has got to come straight across pretty much. Underneath everything. It's like it's the seat of the chair she's actually sat on. Bring it up with him. Right. We have, oh yes, these lines we're also happy with, so we can put those in. Right, we have our basic shape. So, do that. So so you can see the bottom. Right. Now, what I'd normally do is I'd start putting some detail in, so I've got a good idea where everything's meant to be. I don't know whether to put all the detail in, so if I bring the image over here for a second, like, I'm going to go and put some, for reference points, that these are thick lines and not thin lines. Now, I don't think I should do any of this stuff. I might do some of these bits. I might do some of this with the face. Or like this, where it's an obvious shape. If it's just lines going in, I don't think I'll do those because there's no point. I'm going to be drawing them back in anyway. And even though that goes from side to side, that'll be drawn in. I'm pretty sure, I'm quite confident a lot of these lines are going to be drawn in, so we might just go with putting the mouth in there. Do we need to do any other bits? I don't think we do. I think a lot of this is going to be painted, you know, drawn on once we've got her on. So that is all we're doing right now. Just wanted to get her sketched out. And when we come back, we will cut and place on the canvas. Get all these beautiful shapes drawn out. And then start putting a bit of the detail. So that's going to be part 2. So, good start. Good start. Still trying to make these more manageable chunks. I've been dabbling with the editing as well lately to try and, if it's a bit of a rinse and repeat or it's perhaps not so interesting, so like bringing it forward a tiny bit. But we'll see how it goes. With this one, I might try and keep it in chunks and just do the whole thing straight. I'm still keeping it quite varied at the moment, editing wise, to find out what people prefer, whether they prefer the edited down versions or if they want to see the thing as a whole, no matter how many parts it's in. So that being said, thank you so much. Like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. Again, thank you all so much for your continued support, old ones and new ones. I do hope you're enjoying this, and I do hope you come back. So take care. See you in the next one.